Chris Demm said earlier today, you want to feel old to me, which I never do, but apparently the word is that Joe Biden, as he gears up his campaign for the re-election, is going to be using pickleball-themed commercials to target the elderly.
And events.
And events.
You will see in some of the key states, as they say, they will be reaching out to older voters in places where they are, including bingo and pickleball.
Bingo and pickleball.
Don't those people go vote already? Aren't they the ones that vote?
Well,
typically, but I think this year you'll see with the two choices, a lot of people have said, I don't want to vote for either one.
So he's trying to swing them to his side.
You need your vote.
He's trying to get them off the couch.
And do the events at, well, if they're at pickleball, they're active. So he's going out there.
Sure. You're an active senior.
Yeah.
I am not a senior.
Well, what are you?
I'm middle-aged.
A junior?
I'm not a junior. I'm sophomore.
I'm not a sophomore.
I'm middle-aged.
You are not middle-aged.
I am middle-aged.
You're going to live to 116.
Yes.
No, 106.
Oh.
I'm 53. I'm middle-aged. I'll live
Sure,
to be
Jan.
Don't you dare say that.
Sure, Jan.
That's the number one. But that's the most flippant text you get, by the way. If you ask somebody a question, they go, "Sure," that's a blow off.
Oh, it is.
That's
I thought you were talking about the most flippant text you can. I thought it was just simply the letter K.
Oh, that's got to be one too. But I know I just read. If somebody says like, "Can you do this or that?" and somebody says, "Sure," that is like
you can't tell the tone.
You can't tell the tone. I guess that's right.
Joe Biden likes pickleball. Sure.
Sure, Jan.
I hope they're not going to get him out on the court.
Oh, God, he'll break a hip.
No,
He'll break a hip.
No, yeah.
He'll look terrible out there.
Yeah.
Well,
he can ride a bike, but he can't walk.
Do not do that. No, don't put him
somebody's
out there.
papaw's on the court. That's the president.
Here, listen.
Of what?
HOA?
Of our HOA?
The association.
Is that what that is?
Yeah.
The other end of the spectrum. Last Friday, looking for a game, had a guy. We had a foursome, and one guy dropped out last minute. So we were texting around, seeing who could play. And one kid we play with said, "Can you play tonight?" He says, "I can't tonight. I'm graduating from high school." I didn't know.
Pathetic.
I didn't know.
How old in your mind did you think he was?
26.
Yeah, congratulations.
He goes, he's like,
Yeah, here's my Cash App if you guys want to give me anything for graduation. What?
that's my boy Linus. And
Can't even vote yet.
no. I said, "Linus, you want to play tonight?" He's like, "Can't, man. Graduation." It's like, "Who's graduating?" "I am."
What?
High school.
I'm turning 18 in July.
He's out Northwest. He's a wrestler.
Dang, good for Linus.
Unbelievable. He's in such good shape. He's the one that used to play shirtless all the time. And people be like,
oh,
man, Linus. I mean, he just.
Now you have something in common with Dave. He's gotten those texts.
Yep.
You want to hang out tonight? I can't. I'm graduating. Wait, how old are you?
From what?
High school. High school.
Oh.
Graduation.
Here's my Cash App. Send me something.
All right.
All right. Text
Okay.
me later.
Here's another way I felt old. Actually, this was more about my vehicle. You know, I drive a 1998 Acura.
Yeah.
You familiar with it?
Synced it.
Recently, I had to park it under a tree, and a lot of pollen had fallen on it. This is a few months ago, but it got baked on. So my wife said, "You've got to take this car to a car wash. You have to." And it hadn't been washed. When's the last time we washed it, Biggie? It's been a while.
Trump.
2000.
COVID.
Yeah,
probably.
COVID at
Yeah,
least.
probably. So she goes, "You've got to get this car washed," because the pollen had baked onto it, and it was really nasty looking. So I took it to a car wash.
Did you grudgingly say, "Okay"?
I did. I took it to.
Where are they?
Okay. I took it to a car wash.
One that they do everything, or
They-
you do
yes.
the vacuuming yourself?
Well, great question. You know, I'm very unfamiliar with.
You're not familiar
Washing
with that
cars?
world.
I'm not familiar.
There's full service, and then there's mostly you do it.
I went to this
Yeah.
place that it appears to be full service. That's where I wanted to go. And it was a beautiful day. It was last weekend, you know, warm. And it was busy, you know. So I pull up, and the guy goes, the first guy I saw goes, "Whoa, whoa, whoa."
That's not coming through here, buddy.
Are you from corporate?
Is this a test?
Is this a challenge?
Corporate. So
Did they they hand you a putty knife? Scrape it first, then we'll run it through.
Well, the guy says, you are in such luck. We have a deal where you can get unlimited car washes for a month for $50, but today we're offering it for $30. And because he goes, you're going to need to bring this back at least 2 or 3 more times because that stuff was baked
to
up.
get that load off?
That load off. He goes, you're going to have to come back 2 or 3 times. And so and my wife later chastised me for this, bought it. I said, all right. So I gave him $30. And so now I get unlimited. I can go back again until
But it expires at the end of 30 days?
Yeah, 30 days. And, of course, it'll re-up at $50 unless I cancel it. So I have to remember to cancel it.
Oh, it's a one time.
It's one of those.
Yeah, they kind of upsold you there.
Oh, they did. And as soon as I got done with it, I was like, I shouldn't have done that. I knew I was going to catch it from my wife.
And that's the only car that can have it, right?
Correct.
They got your license.
You know what they did? They put a little sticker, like a barcode, in my window, like on the. And so when I go through, it scans it automatically and it's free for a month, for only a month. So the little barcode goes up there, and if I re-up it, it'll continue to be.
Interesting.
I was very surprised. I'd never seen that before. Of course, I don't go to the car wash.
You don't.
I'm not a car wash person. So I get done with him. The bar raises, and I go to the next step. Well, the next step is guys doing the tires. It's a full service wash. They do the tires, and they scrub off the top before you even go into the main place where all the machinery is. Well, the guy next to me, who's getting ready to start with the brushwork, looked at me like, what is this? And he's like, roll down the window. And I did. And he goes, he used some salty language. He said, I ain't seen one of this MFers in a minute. And he literally used mofo. He's like, I ain't seen a mofo like this in a minute. But he said it out. And he goes,
You from corporate?
He said, pardon my language. I said, well, that was kind of a slap. And he goes, you got to bring this back. He goes, you got to bring this back. He goes, you bought our deal, right? I said, I did. He goes, you got bring this.
My God.
You got to bring this back.
Oh my God.
So he scrubbed it, everything. And I go through the whole thing.
You ride through with your hands off the wheel?
Yes, I did that. That was fun. I love that. You know, when
all
I
the
go
colors and the lights and the
love
brushes
that.
and
I
the
love
water.
that. Yeah,
The bubbles
I
smell
so
good.
rarely do it.
When the machine stop halfway through.
Yeah, that's right. And I got
Back it up.
Listen, guy came out of the closet and said, "You're coming back more than once, aren't you? We can't get all this at once." I said, "Yeah, I'll be back. I'll be back." So I get done. Turn to the left. There are people there doing all the detailing and the vacuuming and everything. Turn to the right. You got to vacuum it yourself. And I didn't know which I had bought, but I felt like for $50 is probably
Damn straight.
full serve. But I went over there. And they said, no. They looked at my receipt and said, no, you got to vacuum it yourself. So I went over and vacuumed it myself. And sure enough, they were right. That pollen that had been baked on was still on. And so I took a lot of, they had like spray stuff and cloths, and I got a lot of it off myself. But I am going to go back. But the whole thing, three people told me, God, you bought our full serve, right? And you can come back, right?
It's normally a gimmick, but you actually need it.
You need to come back before the end of the day.
I almost did. I thought maybe I should just come back later and run it. I almost just turned around and went right back in there.
Run it back.
Just run it back. Why not? Just do it all day till
They're closed.
It gets off of there. It's like, sir, I'm the only one that's ever going to win on this deal, you know, from the car wash. But it made me feel. I felt old. Joe Biden, Linus, and now the car wash, because the guy was like, I ain't seen one. Oh, I ain't seen this mofo in a minute now. He said it out. He's like, excuse my language. I said, well, what can I say?
You've already said it.
Yeah.
Way more than you think.
Yeah. Thank you, good sir.
I mean, I say it every time I go past it in the parking lot.
Oh, look at this. Exactly. I know.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. Here's, you owe Rory Mcilroy an apology, Dave. One more sports dirt.
Let's hear it.
Rory has called off the divorce with his wife, Erica. We just reported this last week, and or a couple of weeks ago. The speculation was he was dating Amanda Balionis from CBS Sports.
That's what Dave's was whispering that gossip in all of our ears.
That's right. Superstar golfer Rory Mcilroy, on the eve of the U.S. Open now, has said his attorney has dismissed on his behalf the request for divorce from his wife, Erica. They've been married 7 years, and they're going to continue to give it a go now. He had said a month ago, we're getting divorced.
Couldn't remember if they had kids, but I did see a photograph. I think they have at least one child.
They do, one little girl.
She's 2 or 3. And in fact, I saw an expert say, if you're going to get divorced, now's the time. Not like now, period, but when the child is only 2, because then they don't have that grieving process. If the child is 7,
They don't understand.
They never know the difference.
exactly. So they never understand, and they don't remember, and they just grow up going from one house to the other. They think that's the way it is. Whereas if you're 8 or 9, of course, you have to then say goodbye to one house and go to another and all that.
As Biggie put it last night in the text chain.
Love wins.
Love wins. That's exactly
Actually, I
right.
have 2 theories. One, he has the same money man as Chris Kelly. Don't get divorced.
My money man told me that. He looked at my 401k on the screen, and he said, "You're in a pretty good position here. Do not get divorced." And I said, "Well, I'm happily married." He said, "So
You're going to want to.
So was I."
Don't
I said, I'm
do
happy.
it.
He goes, "I was happy at one point, too. I'm divorced."
Look what I'm wearing.
That's what he
Yeah.
said. That's right.
That's
had
my
hair.
first theory.
That's right. Mhm.
That this divorce was going to cost him $50 million.
Too much money. Right.
Something. Also, and we've all been here with a woman.
Mm-hmm.
Not saying the Amanda Balliona stuff is true, but if it is, maybe she's crazy.
Okay.
You leave the wife.
Balliona.
Yeah, you go over.
Mhm.
The sex is unreal.
But
But after a month, suddenly
Mhm.
she's throwing a wine glass at you. You're just like her ex. You know.
the Johnny Depp Amanda Heard.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, the grass is always greener at
Amber
first.
Heard. Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
So, when he's like, man, I'm getting divorced. I'm having all this hot sex over here.
Yep.
And then a month in, though, suddenly she's like, what are we doing?
That's
What
right.
does this mean?
You're right. Maybe that's what it
And
is.
he's like, you know what?
Mm-hmm.
I was happier back at
I
home.
mean, both could be true, right?
Could be.
I mean, we heard it it was on the Coconut Telegraph.
Could be.
Amanda is not. There's a different network, right, covering the U.S. Open.
NBC.
Yes.
So she won't. She has a weekend
She
off.
won't be there for
She's
that.
off.
That's right.
Unless she's hiding behind a tree.
And the last,
down in Southern Pines.
can you imagine
Not
this?
going to get away from
Can
me.
you imagine this?
there he is. Oh, God.
What's Amanda Balliona doing?
You
can
thought this was an NBC event.
see her jumping around in the background?
What are you doing behiund the bushes?
Dan Hicks is interviewing him, and
Yeah.
she's back there.
I think we've all been there, too. You're out at a bar. Well. Oh, hell. I thought you said you were staying home. I did, but my boy called. And
He's in a bad place.
Can you imagine if Rory were to win on Sunday and both women came running onto the court?
Oh, from different.
The wife with a baby in one arm, and then Amanda Balliona
From the
CBS
gallery,
Sports.
and Balionis is coming up the fairway.
This is awkward. Oh, this is awkward.
no.
No.
I'm in a great bit of trouble.
Rory, you've got to make a choice.
Oh my goodness. We remember talk about feeling old now. The first time he swung a golf club at the British Open. Dave loves this piece from Peter Alice.
Yes.
You look at him, you're thinking, I don't know if he's 18 yet.
He may be 18, but I bet he doesn't shave. It's a really narrow-looking little green up here. He is just going right
Look
at it.
What is going on here?
Now you tell me that face shaves. No way. No whiskers coming out of there, Peter. Come on.
I think he's still got a year or two to go before he may even start, and then lightly with the electric.
You get a cat to lick it off.
And the hard
Under the
steel.
cold steel.
Like me, a man.
That's how a man does it, exactly. And they say women will ruin him.
And here, this young man is one shot off the lead. The Open Championship.
He's been, well, he's only 18 years old now. He was a prodigy at about 13, 14. Not quite Tiger Woods style, but he's an amazing talent if he can keep things going. He doesn't get carried away or discover women.
He did. He did.
All of us are right.
Of course.
I've been reminded that there is a chance he could hear us. He is in the area.
Oh, that's right. He is here.
Back.
Yeah,
He's here.
There might be some ixnay on the
Oh,
belly.
good point. Oh, jeez. He's doing a practice round right now, probably. Oh, my God. Our signal's good down there.
Yes,
Oh, Lord.
right there.
Oh, Lord.
Right there in that county.
Clean and clear.